Hello everyone, this is the Abundance Oracle here at one of Katie's favorite park that she used to like to walk around when springtime came. That's my little doggie, and I'm going to walk with you a little bit and we're going to discuss budgeting slightly, and I'll show you in the background also what fun things they have here for the kids as we sort of walk by. Okay, so budgeting. What I think everybody should do, whether you're young or old, if you don't have budgeting mastered, I think you should really take this project on full force. And the reason I say that is because once you master getting your budget down and you master controlling your spending, you'll keep yourself out of debt, you'll know your numbers, and you'll find a little bit more self-discipline to be able to start accumulating some cash, which I call capital, accumulating some capital to be able to start investing. And then the big deal is to invest in things that go up in value. Like, investments, sometimes that's stock market, that's a little riskier. I call that gambling. You can do gold and silver. That's a really slow but steady asset to own over time. It is they call it a safe haven asset, because in times of trouble, when there's lots of inflation or war or other difficult and challenging times, a lot of wealth usually goes into gold, purchases gold or silver. And the reason they do that is because you can take and put some of that in your pocket and walk over the line and be able to take it with you, and you can trade it anywhere. Whereas let's say you have an American dollar, for example, and if America's experiencing tons of inflation, that $1 bill might buy you less and less every year. Whereas gold, as measured against the US dollar, will not be losing its value. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I get distracted. So, budgeting. You want to practice mastering budgeting and then investing. So, one of the tricks I learned when I was very young, I think in high school, is cash your paycheck and for the month, know where your money's going to go. Take envelopes out and write the names on each envelope of the expense that you're going to use that cash in the envelope to pay for. So I'm going to say, let's not do the high school example. Let's do, okay, you're out of college now. You're going to do that, and you're going to have maybe $100 towards all your utilities. And maybe you want a little entertainment for yourself. If you are making enough money, you can have an entertainment, which would include maybe lunch out or breakfast out. And you might have a car payment. You might have a credit card payment. Hopefully you pay your credit card every single month. It makes a huge difference to your credit report if you pay it off every single month. If you ever want to have a house at a reasonable interest rate, you need to have good credit. Okay, so then you take that month's worth of envelopes and you divvy out how much money you have and you put it in the envelopes. As soon as those envelopes have all the amount, the next thing you put it in is an envelope with savings. You have to learn to pay yourself first before you do all the extra stuff. And that may mean if there's not money to go into that savings envelope, that may mean you have to take, a couple dollars out of that entertainment envelope or a couple dollars out of that grocery store supply. You may have to learn, like I won't even say who did this. Somebody who got out of college would remind me all the time that she lived practically a whole year on ramen noodles. And then she would add a little bit of vegetables in, because her commitment was to get a big savings piled up for her to be able to get her own apartment. So it's just, how committed are you? You might need to go through 2 or 3 years of not living the high life. In fact, you might have to struggle for a couple of years to make sure that you save up. But if you're looking to buy a house or you're looking to invest in some furniture, which I would buy used furniture, especially if it's your first go around of a place, get some roommates. Even if you're going to retire, maybe you want to get a roommate for the first couple of years. Downsize, sell off all the extra stuff you have. It's exactly opposite of what all the young kids need to do. They need to accumulate. Us old people, we need to get rid of stuff. I would gladly help out someone who is willing to take some of my stuff, especially if they were willing to exchange a little bit of work around my house, help me lifting things or maybe washing the cars or mowing the lawn. It's harder as you get older to do that stuff. And especially with my garden, those big heavy bags of dirt. Anyway, I digress again. So do that for a month and see if you can master it for the month. I'd like to hear your experience after the first week, second, third, fourth. I'm sure each week it'll be different. The first week will probably be the easiest because you don't have to cut back so much. Near the end of the month, you might have to steal out of your entertainment or your grocery store or no new clothes. There's a good challenge too. When one of my daughters were in high school and we were trying to save up, she's like, "Oh, Mom, you need a prom dress." Nope. There's got to be somebody you know that you can borrow the prom dress for. It's a one-shot deal going to the prom. You're not going to spend that much money. Go to used clothing stores. And this wonderful lady, Stacy, sent my daughter a very, very, very expensive dress and said she hopes my daughter has a good time. And I shipped that dress off to the dry cleaners and sent it back to her, and I'll never forget how wonderful that was and kind she was to my daughter to help out. There's lots of things you can do to be helpful to other people, especially after you're seeking abundance and have already got the basics under your belt. Other people, when they're challenged, will appreciate even the stuff that you no longer appreciate. Keep that in mind, because not only can you seek abundance, but you can help someone else on their route to abundance in life. It's a great feeling to help people. All right, I'm going to say goodbye. I know I ramble on, but this was Miss Katie's walk, so I wanted you to see where we used to walk. Big hugs. This is the Abundance Oracle. Please subscribe and let me know your thoughts on budgeting. Is this too basic a conversation, or do you need more complex conversations about investing and abundance? Let me know so I can tailor it to wherever you are, where you're all listening from. Okay, big hugs. Bye.